guess 7:45, 8ish. We didn't leave till late last night though. And then we did graphics in the hotel room until about midnight. So it's just cold out here. Even the trailer heaters can't keep up with the temperature, so it's been a little bit frigid, but we're pitting inside, which is nice. Just on levels. We don't have the same, we have everything right here. So it is a little bit more of a pain. It's about a mile walk to our pit, and we had to carry toolboxes and everything about a mile. So it's been, the last 2 days have been exciting. Finishing up Alex Ray's bike. Just putting plastics on and everything else should be good to go, man. I'm Jason from SGB Racing. I am the owner and manager and AJ's mechanic of Team SGB Racing, Babbitt's Online Kawasaki. I also own and operate SGB Racing with some help of some other great people.
So I have a question for you that I actually don't know.
Okay.
What do you guys put on the pit boards? Stupid question.
I normally just draw pictures.
Really?
No, it's
You
like how much time's left, what position he's at, maybe last lap time, just to kind of keep an idea of where he is in the ranks and just kind of time management for him so it doesn't get away if he's checking out sections and stuff like that. So. Everything's good so far. Track is rutted and softer base. So normally on the suspension side of things, we normally go a little bit stiffer on it just because it's given so much flex so that they feel like they're so far into the stroke. So we went 4 clicks stiffer on compression on the forks. AJ really thought the shock was solid. I haven't touched base with the other riders. I did hear Alex talking about the front felt soft for him as well here. So I think it's going to be across the board probably that way. Other than that, it's just the maintenance on Supercross side of things between the rides or the qualifying sessions is minor. It's just making sure your chain adjustments are right, and fuel obviously is the most important things. So it's solid. We have to fill up fuel out there. So
you can't do it in here?
Nah, no fuel inside. So we got to take it back to the truck and fill up and the guys some peanut butter and stuff to hold them over. And I'm gonna let this thing cool down for a couple seconds and get back to prepping for the final qualifying. For a second there, they were all in the top like 5. It was exciting. It wasn't long lived, but it was exciting. It's going well. I think it's gonna be a good night. Track's gonna get really rough and really rutted, which it has been already, so it's gonna keep getting worse, I think. So we ended up going back out 1 click on the compression, so we found our sweet spot, and I think he's happy. He didn't want to make any other changes. He pulled into the pit area, and he's not that good of a rider to control the bike at all times. So I was there. I'm a wide guy, and he ran into me, so I didn't move, and he knew he did wrong, and that it was going to cost him career. More importantly, is probably his life. So he apologized on camera, so you'll see that, and he drove off, and he went faster because he knew I was pissed. So it calmed me down some. So we're going to let him do 1 more practice, and we'll go from there.
You look very phased over there.
He's going to bring some boxing gloves out to the mechanics here this time. I'm going to pull in and we're going to get a boxing match.
AJ, I don't know if you're ready for that one. When was the last time you were in a fight? Like a real fight?
Mine? 7th grade.
Okay.
I won.
It's good.
He beat her really good.
She'll never take your Lunchable again. I can guarantee that.
Do all of A-Race clutches go on the board too?
Yeah, I run his clutches because everyone else isn't going through clutches at the same rate. So I feel like it's more of a rider thing than an actual clutch thing. So with that being said, it counts.
Also ridden my race bike more than anybody else on the team too.
Same Andy Benz, baby. If he's going through clutches and making it into the mains, then I can't get mad. The board has been fun. The price check board has been a fun little thing here, and it seems like a lot of the fans have really reached out to say the same thing. Just shows a different side of it. People don't think about how much money goes into operating, for a team of 4 riders at that. So it shows a different side of it, and that's what we're trying to do here is just let people see the fun side of it, because it is fun, but also the hustle side and how much work everyone is putting in and day out. So Mike is Alex's mechanic, and he's using his Mayhew pick tools to change out the Recluse clutch in the system. We're running a Recluse drop-in system where it's just the steels and fibers, just because they haven't finished their development of their 21 torque drive set yet. So we're working with some other stuff, and it's been good for us. It doesn't take a lot of skill, as you can see. Mike's able to do it. So now for the night show, we do a better cleaning of everything, just kind of shine everything up since it's for the night show, and try to keep our, all the sponsors' representations good. Just go over everything like no other time he rides. I mean, on my end, on the mechanic side, it doesn't matter what time we need to make sure the bike is 100% every single time he's on the track. So just going over that type of stuff. We got to go back up to the trailer and fuel up, and just making sure all the nuts and bolts are good to go and everything else like that. Make sure he's in the right mindset for the heat races, and we go from there. But
it's snowing outside.
Is it snowing?
Oh yeah.
A lot? But it's there?
There's snow.
But it's real?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, luckily we're in here, and so I mean, we probably get to watch some of the opening ceremonies too and stuff like that. So it's going to be a good side. I mean, I haven't seen one yet this year. Normally I'm up there, so I don't get a chance to come down and look at them. But they're still cool. I don't care how many times I come here. The fireworks, the intros, and stuff like that. I don't know what it's like here with all the COVID stuff, but it is definitely one thing I've always looked forward to. We've yet to have more than one rider in the main event, so I'd like to see us, put 2 in there. I'd like to see. I don't think you got this yet. We're gonna look.
Oh, they're hugging.
He doesn't have fight enough. I'd like to see 2 in there, and I think obviously Alex has proved at 2 out of 3 he can get in there. So obviously I think he's our best chance right now, but. All the guys look good today, so I mean, I think this is the best Ride Bells qualified overall, so that's really good sitting there. I think we're gonna have a good night. I'd like to again see 2 of our guys in the top 4 of the LCQ. On a business level, the LCQ gives us more advertisement, because if we're running 9th place in a heat race, it's phenomenal, but it's there's no TV time or anything like that. So for a marketing and that side of things, the LCQs are nerve-wracking, but we like to see our guys in them, so that way they can, give us some exposure and things like that. So AJ seems to be in a good place. He didn't qualify as good this weekend as he did in the past few, but I don't think that changes anything for him. I think he knows what he needs to do. We're working on that race intensity. He's been practicing and qualifying really, really well. But when it comes to the night show, that intensity just seems to be a little bit off, but I think we're getting there. And the more he runs up there and the more he believes that he belongs up there, it'll be better. Going on?
Hey, buddy.
We're
debriefing.
We're debriefing all that.
Doing okay?
The parts list.
There's going to be a lot of changes to the parts list board.
It's only been heat races.
Yeah, well, that one was expensive. Rod Bell in qualifying bent a brake.
Yeah, I did do the lever.
Bent a brake lever, and that's $92.
9 cents.
And 9 cents. And you can go right to Babbitt's online and you can grab that for us if you
already
can.
sent me a screenshot.
So I did send him a screenshot, let him know what kind of damage he's done up so far. But now Mr. Ray over here, now to his credit, it wasn't his fault. Someone bailed in midair and he landed on a bike. But unfortunately, it's going to cost us a whole new frame and some other stuff. And he's already went through a clutch today. So we're really racking it up over there.
He's in the lead.
I feel bad for his mechanic. It's a job that nobody wants, and unfortunately he has it.
Is that before Tuesday?
Frame?
Yeah.
We're going to see what we can do, but it's got a good dent in it, so it's pretty weak. Luckily our P3 skid plate saved us on this one though, because it didn't go through the motor. We actually have pieces of the other bike in the skid plate, so we didn't lose any cases, we didn't lose any oil because of the subframe or the skid plate. Absolutely. So yeah, if you don't have a P3 skid plate, you should go get one because
shout out to P3.
So it's someone else's bike, but it saved it.
Could have been a lot worse.
Wow.
And Steve's eating Reese cups. I mean, that's.
I love that.
This is champions right here.
Yo, where'd you go?
I want to can we give a shout out to Steve here? Steve took a tumble at H3, going through the pits on the bike, and he crashed it pretty good. But that man, he's an amazing mechanic. And this week he actually did motos in the parking lot of his job, which is a Kawasaki dealership, just practicing slow turns and just going around cones and then abrupt braking. And you know what? He hasn't crashed at all, and it's snowing. So I'm really proud of you. Like I said, we've gotten down to the flop line. I think a lot of it is he rides so much by himself, and he does these schools, and he's always the fastest guy at these places. And I just think mentally it kind of hurts him in a sense, because when he comes out here, he's riding with guys that are, you know, at the top of the sport. So I think it's a little different, and I'm happy to see him get to a spot where he's qualifying really well, because that's something we struggled with all last year. So I'm glad to see him hit that checkpoint really quick. Now I just wanted to see the progression on the race pace, and he has been. I mean, he's mixing it up more. He's trying to get his starts in the practice at the time qualifying, and it's going really well. Alex is going to have a really bad gate pick, and Alex can pull this off though. I mean, Alex is a grinder. He knows what he needs to do to race, and he 100% can make it happen. Smith was running really good, but I just don't know if he wasn't breathing or not, but he just seemed to fade in his heat really good. I mean, he was up there at 11th, I think, at one point. 10th or 11th. I think Bill went down, he put him at 10th, and then he got passed by somebody, and he dropped back pretty quickly. So Rob Bell finished, I think, 12th or 13th. I don't have results, so I don't know for sure, but 12th, 13th in the heat. And he's ready to go. He's been looking good all day. Little tough first open practice, but the track is gnarly. It's really rough, really rutted. It's a very challenging track, safety wise.
He must have got run over. Every time he comes off the track, it looks like he got run over. Does that happen when you set the hole shot device?
No, this?
No, the dirt tread's going up your pants.
No, normally when I'm moving your tire. What are we taking away from this?
My breathing was great. That was the biggest thing all day. Like, my arm pump was less, and if I can take any positives away, like, my arm pump was the best it's been today. My riding wasn't the best, not even close. Like, something about this track I just really struggle with, but my arm pump was better. And typically, like, the less comfortable I am, usually the arm pump's worse. So considering it's better, it's good.
What can we work on?
It's been those first couple laps in the heat and the main where I feel scared with people around me.
So, at the end of the night, it's been a tough one, but this is our first VeeLog that we did here, and hopefully, I don't even know if I have a YouTube yet. I don't know how that works, but you got to go somewhere and do something with something.
I'll take care of you.
Well, camera guy's gonna hook me up here because I don't know anything about this technology stuff, but we're gonna do a vlog each round for Supercross and just kind of do a behind the scenes on the management and mechanics side of things. There's a lot of rider vlogs, and I think there's definitely a unique angle, and there's a whole nother category of people we can touch base with in this, because it's been fun. I will say the the board, since it's snowing out, I can't show you an update now, but there's gonna be some very big numerical changes. Probably gonna look a lot like the GameStop, network in this system. A lot of things are gonna change in this one. I think Alex actually owes me a frame, so that's probably gonna be pretty good. So, but thank you. We'll see you at Indy too.